Hello and welcome to this next video. In this video, we'll be talking about the analysis portion of ArcGIS Online. We'll give you a quick rundown of what analysis can be done in ArcGIS Online. If you are new to the ArcGIS Online map viewer, on top of my map, I would go to ArcGIS Online and look for, let's say, crime. There are various crime-related data published by Esri. Lincoln crime. Okay, that looks interesting. Let's add that layer, and you can see the layer appears on top of the base map. Now let's go ahead and quickly change the symbology a little bit. I want it to be a heat map. There we go. And I can change the color and things like that. I like that better. I'll hit OK. Now because this video is a quick rundown of analysis, I will just go to the analysis, perform analysis tab here, or the symbol here on the content pane. You can also go to this analysis on the menu bar. It's the same thing. We'll not be performing any analysis here, but I'll give you a snapshot of the analysis options available. One of the reasons to perform analysis is because the patterns and relationship in the data are not very obvious when you look at the map. Often there is too much data to sift through and present coherently on a map. The way you display the data on the map can change the patterns you see, and that's where spatial analysis comes in. The perform analysis pane contains several analysis options, and you can always expand them to look at what options are available under a heading. Let's go ahead with the summarized data. Aggregate points is the first option in summarized data. This tool works with a layer of point features and a layer of area features. It first figures out which point falls within each area. After determining this point in area spatial relationship, statistics about all points in the area are calculated and assigned to the area. The next analysis under summarized data is join features. Now this tool transfers the attribute of one layer or table to another based on spatial and attribute relationships. Statistics can then be calculated on the join features. The next in line is summarize nearby. This tool finds features within a specified distance of features in the analysis layer. Distance can be measured as a straight line distance or a selected travel mode. Statistics are then calculated for the nearby features. Summarize within is the last tool under summarized data, and this tool finds features or any portions of features within the boundary of areas in the analysis layer. That's all about the summarized data. We also have several analyses under find locations. The first one is find existing locations. This tool selects existing features in the study area that meets a series of criteria you specify. These criteria can be based on attribute queries and spatial queries. Now, derived new locations. This tool derives new features in your study area that meet a series of criteria you specify. These criteria can be based on attribute queries. For example, parcels in that area if they are vacant, and also spatial queries. For example, parcels in the area if it's within flood zone or not. Similarly, find centroids finds centroids inside a polygon. We have find similar locations, choose best facilities, create view set to create or areas where an observer can see objects on the ground. The input analysis point can represent either observers or observed objects. The result areas are those areas where the observers can see the observed objects and vice versa. Pretty interesting. Create watersheds creates watershed or the catchment, and trace downstream determines the trace or flow path in the downstream direction from the points in your analysis layer. Now next is data enrichment, and it's interesting. This tool enriches your pointer area data by getting facts about the people, places, and businesses that surround your data locations. Enrich layer enables you to answer new questions about locations that you cannot answer with maps alone. For example, what kind of people live in that area? What do people do? What are their habits and lifestyles? What kind of businesses? So on and so forth. Analyze patterns helps you identify, quantify, and visualize spatial patterns in your data by identifying areas of statistically significant clusters. The options provided within Analyze Patterns are calculate density, find hotspots, find outliers, and interpolate points. Use proximity. Proximity helps you answer one of the most common questions posed in spatial analysis: what is near what? Now we have create buffers. And create buffer, to understand create buffer, we need to understand buffer. A buffer is an area that covers a given distance from a point, line, or area feature. For example, there's a crime statistical point and you want to create a buffer around it, say a 5-mile radius. You can use this option to do that. Similarly, we have create drive time areas, find nearest, plan routes, and connect origins to destinations. The final set of spatial analysis that we have in ArcGIS Online is Manage Data. Manage Data has various options: dissolve boundaries, extract data, merge layers, and overlay layers. Dissolve boundaries areas that overlap or share a common boundary are merged together to a single area using dissolve boundaries. Similarly, extract data. With this tool, you can select and download data for a specified area interest. Layers that you select will be added to a zip file or layer package. Now, because we don't have any data to be extracted, we get the invalid selection message. Merge layers. This tool copies features from two layers into a new layer. The layers to be merged must all contain the same feature type, point, lines, or areas. You can also control how the fields from the input layers are joined and copied. And finally, the overlay layers. And overlay layers is kind of important because overlay layers combines two or more layers into one single layer. It can be thought as peering through a stack of maps and creating a single map containing all the information found in the stack. Many people understand GIS by overlay because before the advent of GIS, cartographers would literally copy maps into clear acetate sheets, overlay these sheets on a single table, hand draw a new map from overlaid data. So there we go. This is a brief snapshot of spatial analysis capabilities available in ArcGIS Online. Thank you for watching the video.